What a jam that was. Oh, he's an old rat. Is he really? He's double fisting.
Ready, Tracy? Testing 1, 2. Hello. Is that on?
Morning, everyone. Everybody seems a little wound up this morning, which is good. Must be the cold weather. Welcome to Unity of Stewart. Please rise and join us on our opening song, We Gather Here. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Everyone on this beautiful day. I'm sitting down today because I'm a tiny bit under the weather. I feel pretty good, but a little fatigued. So I'm not going to be on the line this morning. So I'll just hang out up here, and so I can protect you all. All right. So welcome to everyone in the room. Welcome to everyone who's watching on YouTube and Facebook. Let's see who's on Facebook. We have Linda and Rogelio. Good morning, Linda. And Ellen on the west coast of Florida. Good morning. And Jessica and Diane. Good morning from the frigid north as what Diane says. Good morning, everybody. And for those that are on YouTube, generally speaking, I don't think Lana's in the room today. Ann and Lana and Tony and Irma and Phil and Jess, I do believe. So everybody is welcome here. And as well as Joyful Noise Band and Choir are always welcome here. And our special music today features Rick Powers on the keys today. Thank you, Rick. And welcome to first-timers. If you are a first-timer in the room and you would like to receive a welcome packet from Chuck or Dave, I invite you to raise your hand and they will bring you a welcome packet. Anybody here for the first time that would like a welcome packet? All right, thank you for raising your hand. Dave has a bit of an injury, that's why he looks like that.
Oh, Dave.
Thanks, Dave, for serving in the midst of your injury. All right, in that packet there is there's a variety of things. There is a pamphlet about unity, there is a prayer intention form, and there is a brochure, there is a form if you fill it out and take it to the welcome podium. Who's on the welcome podium today? Okay, Diane's on the welcome podium. Diane will be happy to give you a gift if you bring that form back. And you can indicate whether you'd like to receive the newsletter or not. If you are here for the first time today and you haven't raised your hand, you can take a welcome packet on the way out. They're on the left as you're going out the door. And for anybody else who has been around or a little or a long time, if you'd like to take a welcome packet to share with someone, we invite you to do that as well. Most importantly, perhaps, we'd like you to know that Unity of Stewart is a welcoming, affirming, practical path of spirituality. Everyone is welcome here, no exceptions, and you honor us with your presence. So thanks for being here today. A little late, but there you have it. If you're online and you'd like to receive a welcome packet, please email us at admin@unityofstewart.org, and we'd be happy to send you a welcome packet as well. As usual, we like you to see our boardies' faces every Sunday, so you know who they are. And our boardie of the day, once again, oh, it's Dave, of course, limping around the sanctuary. So Dave is our boardie of the day. If you have any questions about Unity or anything that's happening here, we invite you to see Dave, and he will direct you to the right answer or give it to you. And then we have chaplains on duty. Well, we have a chaplain on duty today, and our chaplain on duty today is Bertha, and you see her beautiful face there down on the bottom right. And Bertha will be in the sanctuary to pray with you if you'd like some personal prayer, anything at all, a joy, a challenge, anything, state of the world. Bertha would be honored to pray with you and to hold your prayer in the highest confidence. And alternatively, or as well as, you can email us at prayer@unityofstewart.org. That's a confidential email that comes to me, and I will make sure that your prayer gets put in the prayer box. And you can also call our 24-hour-a-day, 7-day-a-week prayer line outside of Kansas City, and you see that number there. It's time once again to start inviting people to sing in the choir. And if you would like... If you would like to raise your voice in song, come and join us on Tuesday evenings from 6 to 7, and there is a sign-up sheet on the information table. If you're missing Doreen today, she's visiting her mom for her 87th birthday in Texas. She'll be back next week. Speaking of, March Coffee House, I don't have a fancy slide today, but March Coffee House is Friday, March 6th. Come and join the Connected Souls Band. And for that coffee house, it starts at 7. Doors open at 6:30, and there's sweet treats generally and really good music. So come and join us for that. Don, did you want to share anything? Okay.
We start
Just
rehearsals
checking.
on Thursday.
Annual meeting is coming up on February 22nd. Did everybody who is a member, did you receive by email your packet? Okay. Well, thank you for the two of you who indicated to me. So if you are a member and you don't know if you've received your packet, check your email. And if you would like a hard copy, don't ask me for that today. Please check your email first. And then next week I'll hand out hard copies if you haven't gotten it or when I resend it. So just let me know. Or May is not here today because her daughter is having a baby in Virginia.
Yeah.
And Roberta is doing double duty today, or triple duty actually. And so see me after service. Don't see Roberta, see me after service. Also, Renew your membership. If you're those who were in the class on last Sunday, you don't have to renew your membership. But for everyone else who is a member, you need to renew your membership every year. So there's forms out on the table. You've also been emailed them, and renew your membership before the meeting on the 22nd. So coming up on March, what is the date? 21st is our, Lori, is this our third or our fourth? Our fourth annual, this is the only big fundraiser we do each year. We call it a gala. I don't know why that's happening, folks. And it is on March 21st. We'll have a DJ, we'll have great food and dancing and fun, and just, it's a really good connection time to come together and have fun. We do it in here, and you don't even recognize the sanctuary after Lori and Julia and other folks get done with decorating it. And so come and join us. So if you buy your ticket by the end of this month, it is $65. If you wait until March to buy your ticket, it's $75. If you buy your ticket in February, we prefer cash, so we don't have to pay the credit card fees and that kind of thing, or a check, but we'll take it anyway. So however you'd like to do that, please do that. We got our official tickets today, and Roberta will be helping sell those after service. Did I miss anything, Lori? Okay. We have invitations. We also will have, every year we ask people to sponsor if you have the means and you would like to support the gala with a sponsorship, which helps helps us for fundraising. And we also invite people to buy extra tickets and give them to us so that we can give them out to people who can't otherwise join us on that night. Whatever works for you is fine with us. Just show up and have fun. All right, okay, we have a new member welcome today, and I am going to, before I do that though, Don, we're not going to be doing the daily word, but I am going to light the candle and ring the bowl, all right? But we'll do the daily word after the new members. So, lighting the candle, and for those of you who may not know, we call this our Christ candle, and this light reminds us that we all carry that Christ light within. And new members. I'd like to invite the following folks to join me up here on the platform, just behind me. In this order, please. Mary Bering. Thank you, Kevin. Mary and Dave DeSano. Darren Andrus and his hubby, Joel Sasser. This is at the end. And as I already said, this is David Vittable. He's our board president, and he's just joining me to help welcome these new members. Thank you, Mary, for being the hall monitor. Thank you, I appreciate it. All right. Hi. We come together in spiritual community, as always, so we have a place to explore truth together, a place to remind one another of our original blessing and the light we carry. We bring varied backgrounds, experiences, and perspectives, and we blend them together in sharing this commitment to be part of this spiritual community. As we do this, we support one another in prayer, in thought, in spiritual companionship, and in sacred service. This is how transformation happens, by doing this work together, personally and collectively. So I had the pleasure of hanging out with these folks for a little while last Sunday, these expressions of the divine in our Unity Basics class. And for those who may not know, the class fulfills the requirement to become a voting member of Unity of Stewart. But more than that, choosing to take this class reflects a clear intention. It's a clear intention to put spirit first, to put spiritual practice first, and to be a living, breathing member of Unity of Stewart that holds Unity of Stewart in heart and mind. Membership says, this is my community. This is my spiritual home. It says, I claim this community and I willingly share in the responsibility of sustaining it. We honor our members because they join with open eyes. They understand that every human organization, including churches, has limitations. And still, they choose to belong and to serve and to contribute. And because of that choice, we are all blessed. So, friends in unity, on behalf of our board of directors and our membership, it is an honor and a joy to welcome you into full and active membership in this community. Dave, they're in order. Does anybody have a camera that would like to take a picture of our new members? Ma'am? Thank you. Go sit down because of your. Oh yeah, sure. Can I get yeah? Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you. All right, let us bless our newest members with our unity blessing together. New members, we love you. We bless you. We truly appreciate you. And we behold the Christ in you. And so it is. Amen. All right, everybody, you can sit down. Let's see what's next, huh? Oh, all right. So this is, February is Black History Month. And this year, Black History Month marks 100 years since the historian Carter G. Woodson and the Association for the Study of African American Life and History launched Black History, launched this month, this week. That was in 1926. So this centennial recognizes a century of resilience, of achievement, and cultural contribution while also acknowledging the long struggle for inclusion in the historical record. And so the theme is this time is about the people who have contributed to the culture, which is deep. And so this is Ta-Nehisi Coates. He's an American author and journalist, and he brings unflinching honesty to the national conversation on race and history. His work reminds us that spiritual maturity includes the courage to face truth without denial. So please join me in dedicating our time together to meeting truth with openness and courage. Truth-telling is a spiritual act that opens the way to healing. So, Christ candle is already lit, and let's just move on to the daily word. Don, it's time. Take a deep breath with me, if you please. Centered in spirit, I remain steady and free. When I am centered in spirit, I am not easily shaken. I pause before reacting and return to my inner grounding. I remember who I am and where my strength comes from. What others say or do does not define me. I stay rooted in an inner steadiness that remains intact. From this centered place, I rise above emotional pull and distraction. I no longer internalize every opinion or situation that crosses my path. Instead of reacting, I step back and see more clearly. I remember that what I am witnessing is not the whole story. With this wider awareness, I choose responses rooted in understanding rather than impulse. As I remain anchored in spirit, my perspective continues to rise. I see beyond surface behavior and temporary emotion. I recognize the deeper truth at work in myself and others. And peace returns quickly. My energy stays clear and available for what truly matters. Let's take a deep breath again, if you please, anchoring these words of wisdom, knowing that as we are open and receptive, we can become responsive to what Spirit would have us be and do in our world and in the larger sphere. Centered in spirit, I remain steady and free. And so it is. Amen. And let's affirm this together. Centered in spirit, I remain steady and free. And let's take another deep breath as we anchor this affirmation, whether it feels true or not. Now is the time to begin to accept it or to fully accept it. As we affirm one more time together. Centered in spirit, I remain steady and free. And so it is. Amen. I'm going to move into meditation now by singing Be Still. And in this vibration of spirit, in this gathering of beloved souls, I invite you to let your physical body relax as fully as you are able, dropping shoulders, releasing any tension the body may be holding. And dropping our attention from our head to our heart as we allow the divine to move in, through, and as us. And as we move deeper into prayerful meditation, I invite you to allow the words you hear to become the words of your own mind and heart. I remind myself right here and now of a deeper truth. I am created in the image and likeness of love. I am an expression of spirit. I know that what others think or say does not define me. I am an expression of spirit. And as such, I release the need to defend. I release the need to explain. I release the habit of taking things personally. I let my heart remain open. I am grounded. I am whole. I am secure in the truth of who I am. As I move through my day, through my life, I choose to live from within. I choose calm over reaction. I choose freedom over offense. I remember what manner of spirit I am made of. In the quiet. And as we have co-created this space of love, of light, of sweetness, I invite us to bring into our awareness all of those who are on our prayer list here at Unity of Stewart, and all that is in our minds and hearts this morning, lifting each up, any experience, any people, any situations, lifting them up in the consciousness of wholeness and peace. And if you'd like to speak names out into this holy space, I invite us to do that now. And turning all over into the power of the divine mind, universal love, sweet spirit, I invite you to join me in praying this in the name and nature of the indwelling Christ presence. And so it is. Amen. Let's sing. This is the New Lord's Prayer. Thank you, Rick. Thank you, Don. Rick, I could have listened to that for a whole another 20 minutes. That was beautiful. Thank you. So we're in our second week of our series on the book, The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. And I just realized I think I'm quoting from the book today. And I have it here. Don Miguel Ruiz is a Toltec master, shaman, and he wrote this book probably 2 decades. Hi, Tracy, how are you? Good to see you. 2 decades ago or so, and it's been all over the new thought, new progressive spirituality. We'll find it when I need it. And so every few years, every couple of years, I like to go back over it because it's got a lot of wisdom in it. And so the 4 agreements are: be impeccable with your word, don't take anything personally, which is where we're today, don't make assumptions, and always do your best. So last week, we learned how that we all of us, every single one of us, form agreements from our childhood, from our growing up, from our parents, our caregivers, our schools, our churches, our temples, our mosques, whatever it is. All of culture and all of religion, and we buy into these agreements. We agree with these agreements because that's what happens when you're a child, right? The agreements get absorbed. You get it by osmosis, right? The agreements are absorbed so deeply that a lot of the times they turn into harsh self-talk, and they become painful and they cause suffering. And we're reminded last week that suffering is optional, and that freedom begins when we reconnect with the truth of who we are, and who we are truly at depth. Our Christ nature, our Buddha nature, whatever you like to call it, our divine nature, our universal mind. So we focus on be impeccable with your word, recognizing that our words, especially the ones we speak to ourselves, are creative and powerful. When we speak with integrity, compassion, and love, we begin to heal. So for those of you who were here last week, how are you doing with that? Yeah, I hear you. It's a practice, right? Somebody went, it's a practice, right? So if you don't have the book, or if you do have it, you might want to start reading it again. And for those of you anywhere, if you'd like to see last week's lesson and any of our lessons, they're on Facebook and YouTube. So the second agreement is about the thoughts, action, and words others have about us and how we experience them. Don't take anything personally. Doesn't that feel huge? Don't take anything personally. Don Miguel says, nothing others do is because of you. What others say and do is a projection of their own reality, what he calls their own dream. When you are immune to the opinions and actions of others, you won't be the victim of needless suffering. Again, this is a practice, right? Where it's what do we say? It's not perfection. It's progress. Thank you. It's progress. So, question for you. When was the last time you were really and truly wonderfully offended? Right? Think about it a second. Was it today? Whatever it was, we've all been wonderfully offended, haven't we? Here's an oldie but a goodie for me. In the first church that I served, I was like a baby, a newbie minister. And a woman called looking for a minister to do a wedding, and I took the phone call. And I had a nice conversation about a wedding, and as I settled in a little deeper to start taking notes of what the couple wanted for their ceremony and what kind of wedding they wanted, because I assumed I'd be officiating. Right? I was here, I'm a minister, I was talking to her. And she interrupted me for a moment. She said, "Is there a man there that can do the wedding?" Can you see my nostrils flaring? And I was offended. What? How dare you? Of course, I didn't say any of that out loud because I'm a professional, right? But I definitely took it personally. And I turned her over to the male minister. And that was that. Now, it took me a little while to let it go. I actually still haven't fully let it go, quite frankly. But it's only there a little bit. It's only there a little bit. Like I said, progress, not perfection. And the truth is, it wasn't about me. It was her own agreement with the world. You know, male ministers are the authority, right? Or, you know, it's the patriarchy, whatever. And it really, truly wasn't about me. And so I was able to mostly let that go. So if you can make a list, not now, but maybe just in your mind about, you know, 3 or 4 things that you were truly offended against you, that you were truly offended by. I'm inviting you to make a list, maybe not here, but maybe at home, maybe later, think about that. And I know it doesn't sound like the spiritual thing to do, because we're supposed to just kind of release things roll off us, right? Practice. But I'd like us to monitor where we're offended, because we can't truly be free until we get a handle on what ticks us off. We can't truly get a handle and walk around the world peaceful and free without knowing our triggers and without confronting them, without doing that deep dive into our own psyche and an interrogation of who we are and what, I said this, like this is going to be, so many times I say this in this series probably, is what makes us tick and what ticks us off, right? I'm watching, does anybody watch I know Ricky She's not here, I know he watches it. Does anybody here watch the show Alone on Netflix? All right, so this is, nobody? All right, whatever. So this is a show, I'm not offended. It's not about me. It's not about my TV watching choices. Anyway, the show is they drop 10 people off in the wilderness somewhere, like separate from each other. They never see each other, right? And this year they're in the Arctic Circle. And so I was watching one of the episodes yesterday, and so whoever stays there the longest wins $500,000. So the last person standing, and there's generally always a woman, there's 2 women on the show this time. And in the first week, I've watched the show all the seasons, I think, but there's always somebody who leaves in like the first week because they cannot stand being alone. So I was watching this one last night, and the gentleman said, I think his name was Jake, but don't quote me on it. Oh, we have the baby is here. Hi, baby. So he was talking about his family and how much he misses his family. But what got to me was that he was really talking about the fact that he's never confronted his own feelings, that he has stuffed his feelings his whole life because of his agreements, right? Because he didn't say this. Because of his childhood, he has stuffed his agreements. Every time he feels uncomfortable, he stuffs it and then shows up as the big, strong person, not having. And in this solitude that he was in, which reminded me of going on a silent retreat, is like you can't get away from it when we're alone. At least that's what happened for me. When we're alone and we're silent, it's hard to get away from our own feelings and our own stuff that comes up. And that's where this comes in for me, because interrogating what comes up for us instead of stuffing it down and trying to just wave it away is what hurts us. And it's only when we look at that and we shine the light on it and we don't judge ourselves for these feelings and whatever has happened in our lives is when we start to heal. So as that man was leaving, at first when he started to say, I don't know, and he was verbalizing how he couldn't, the first time he's ever confronted his feelings, I said, just stay. Just stay and confront them. Just stay and feel it. But he didn't. And so I blessed him on his way and I got along with my life. Right? But it's important for us to look at that stuff, to look at it. So, not doing that leads us into taking things more personally than we normally would. Or that when we rise up and we do this practice, we learn how to not take things personally. If we are sure of who we are, right? If we know we have integrity, right? If we know that we are walking symbols of the Spirit, divine expressions of the One, if we know that we're kind and we're good and another thing I heard, we're good-ish. We're never perfect. None of us are perfection other than we're perfect in our imperfection. So when we're good-ish, when we know that, we can deal with people saying things to us that we might normally get offended by. So if somebody says something to us, if they call you stupid or ugly or unworthy, I don't even like saying those words, or unworthy or lazy, we're only offended if we believe it. Or, to add to that, we're only offended if we believe it or we're afraid that it's true. Right? If I called you plaid, that has no meaning for you, right? So you're not going to take that personally. Well, plaid that doesn't hook me in any way. Right? It doesn't hook me in any way. You don't have any attachment to that word. But some other words, like the ones I just said, that I'm not going to repeat because they feel like profanity to me, you might say, oh, am I stupid? Am I ugly? Am I lazy? Or we might say that to ourselves. And then we get hooked into it. So what I'd like us to see today is that every time we get offended, we're buying into a misconception about ourselves or into a fear that we're carrying. And then what sometimes happens, is we go into defense mode, right? We go into defense mode, and then we wind up saying things we don't mean, or that's what happens when we take it personally. I want to share with you a story from Luke's Gospel, where Jesus and his followers are going to Jerusalem, but they have to go by way of Samaria, which was hostile territory to them. So James and John, the disciples James and John, go ahead of Jesus to find lodging, and the rest of the disciples, Jesus and everyone else. Now, James and John were known as the sons of thunder, and I'll tell you why. You'll see why in a moment. So since Samaria was a hostile place, they were refused lodging. Sorry, you can't stay here. And James and John, the sons of thunder, got upset. So they go back to Jesus and they say to Jesus, would you like us to command fire to rain down upon them from heaven and consume them? How dare you refuse us? Very highly, mightily offended, took it personally for sure. They were throwing their own spiritual temper tantrum right there. So Jesus, being Jesus, wasn't taken in by that, and he turned to them and said, and I paraphrase, seriously? We're not doing that. You're forgetting who you are. You're forgetting what you're made of. You're more than that. We're more than that. You know not what manner of spirit you are of. Very powerful thing to say to James and John. A very powerful thing to say to ourselves. This is what master teachers from every spiritual tradition are trying to get us to realize. We have forgotten who we are. We allow who we are to get covered up. We are made in the image of spirit, the image of love and light. Now, Jesus didn't say to James and John, oh, it's beneath me to do that. I'm up here and you're down there, and I can understand you would do something like that, but I'm not doing that. No, he was saying, that which you would like to do is beneath the spiritual truth of who you are. That which you would like to do is beneath the spiritual truth of who you are. Get back to the spiritual truth of who you are. So, what manner of spirit are we? We are of the infinite divine. spiritual beings born of universal love, of creative power. And the truth is, divine love is always pouring into us, always, always, always. But we don't always recognize it because we're buying into the old dream. We're buying into those old agreements that we made. How many of us were taught to look outside of ourselves to get our needs met rather than looking within? Yeah, sure, absolutely. I bet you everyone can raise their hand. How many of us were taught, and I'm not talking about consciously taught, but how many of us were taught that we were personally responsible for other people's reactions or other people's happiness? So what would happen if instead of putting our attention on protecting the boundaries, we put our energy on knowing the fullness of infinite love? What if we take the energy we generate from being offended and use it to be transformed? What if somebody said something to you and you started to become offended, and instead you thought to yourself, oh, thank you. I need to look at that. I need to look at why I'm offended. Because it's by looking at it that we can begin to heal it. That's putting our attention on knowing what we're made of. And that everything that we get offended by is a doorway to transformation. It's for us. This is from the book. I actually forgot I put it in the middle of the talk. Don Miguel Ruiz writes this: don't take anything personally, because by taking things personally, you set yourself up to suffer for nothing. There is a huge amount of freedom that comes to you when you take nothing personally. You become immune to black magicians, he calls them, and no spell can affect you regardless of how strong it may be. The whole world can gossip about you, and if you don't take it personally, you are immune. Someone can intentionally send emotional poison, and if you don't take it personally, you will not eat it. So we hear that and perhaps understand it intellectually, but what happens the moment someone says to you, now, I have something to say, but I don't want you to take it personally? What happens to your heart? Right? Because you know in the very next moment, that person is going to be heaving an emotional lightning bolt right at your heart. So my question is, can you keep your heart open? Can you keep your heart open and hear it and still not take it personally? Because the truth is, it has nothing to do with you. We're all projecting our own stuff on everybody we come into contact with, right? All of our own agreements. And we tend to shut our hearts down time after time. It might seem easier to live with our hearts closed. And then we get so busy defending the outer, we don't remember who we are. We lose sight of who we are, which is an expression of divine love, always. Now is the time for us to use the energy that we have been using to protect ourselves and convert it to energy that we use to transform ourselves. So every time someone says something offensive or even mildly critical, and we take it personally, we got caught up in that drama and emotion. And our access to our spiritual tools fades. Now, if that happens, because it happens to me, of course, if it happens to you and you feel like, oh, I'm not doing this right, because you remember it a half an hour later or an hour later, oh, I forgot I have a spiritual tool for this, right? I can remember who I'm made of. Just take it easy on yourself. Pat yourself on the shoulder. You did good. You realized it. You realized it. And whatever moment you realize it is the moment that it begins to work for you. So I invite you to start monitoring what offends you, because every time someone does, they're pointing out a wonderful place within your soul that can help you heal. You can continue protecting it if you want, or you can shine the light, transform it, and heal it. So here's the practice that I invite you to leave with today. When someone says something to you and you feel that familiar tightening, usually for me it's in my gut, you feel that familiar feeling, do not react. Pause. Breathe. Don't defend. Just breathe into it. My practice when I was married, I don't have to do it much anymore. But my practice when I was married was to do exactly that. And if I needed to say, you know what? I'm getting triggered. I'm going to walk away for a while until I can come back to a place of center. So do not react. Do not defend. You don't even have to explain yourself. You don't even have to explain yourself to yourself. Be still long enough to notice what was touched, what button was pressed. Not to judge it, not to fix it, simply to recognize it. Then remember what manner of spirit you are. Remember what spiritual tools you have. You are not made of old stories, old agreements that were given to you. You are not made of borrowed opinions. You are made of divine love, creative power, and spiritual authority. It is who you are. It is who we are. So from that place, you have the freedom to choose how to respond, to choose how to feel, to go within and say, oh yeah, I remember. So you can choose that freedom, that peace over being right. You can choose peace over being self-protective. And you could choose truth over drama. This week, let the calm peace of your soul be stronger than anything outside of you, what anyone thinks of you, and what anyone says to you or about you. This week, I invite us all to live from within. And so it is. Namaste. Before we move into our celebration of abundance, if you like what's happening here, if this service moved you today in any way, I invite you to please bring a friend next time you come and see if they'll get the same feeling that you do. And with that, we move into the celebration of abundance. There are ways to give to Unity of Stewart wherever you are on the planet. For those of you who are online right now, that is at the top of the Facebook page and in the bottom of the Facebook video. And on YouTube, you can go to unityofstewart.org and click donate. And your presence, your love, your service, your financial gifts are what keep us being able to do this work. So it is with great gratitude that we accept and appreciate your love offerings, your tithes, and your service. Let us sing about it. Pray about it. Together. In a universe overflowing with the allness of God, all the needs of Unity of Stewart and those we serve are instantly, constantly, and bountifully met from every direction, known and unknown, expected and unexpected. Our abundant good comes to us now. We are grateful. Amen. And our love offering blessing together. Divine love, as me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I give and receive always in love. Now let's sing about it.
We all do our part and come from a giving heart. We rise and build community. Together we are strong. We know that we belong, and our Savior
All right. Kevin Reedon, which I didn't put your name up there. I'm sorry, Kevin, is starting a class or a gathering, a group called Sewing in Unity. And that is going to begin this Wednesday in the classroom from 1 to 3 p.m. And I forgot, Kevin, you got to come up here. Because I forgot the paper that I told you I was printing out. I'm goodish. There you go.
Okay. Hi, I'm Kevin Reedon. Yeah, we decided to do a sewing club or group, and we're going to hold it on Wednesdays from 1 to 3 in the classroom. And it's for intermediate and advanced sewers. It's not a class. You know, we're not going to teach sewing. But our first project is going to be making shelter bags for, I forgot the name of the group that we're going to do it.
Safe space.
Safe Space. They agreed to take the bags. They would love to have them. So that's going to be our first project. It's a very simple project. I'll be bringing in the pattern and showing people how to do it. And I'll have 2 machines available here. But like most sewers, people have their own machines, travel machines. If you want to join, sign up on the sheet. Just come Wednesday, bring your machine, and let's have some fun. See where this goes.
Thanks, Kevin. I appreciate you. And the Snowbird group is continuing. You can sign up if you'd like to join the Snowbird group for connection and service. They are inviting everyone who's in the Snowbird group to bring a dish to share right before the, they're calling it a fellowship meeting, and that's the day we're having the annual meeting. So bring a dish to share, and then come join us for the annual meeting. That's on February 22nd. I think we have kiddos out there because I saw some.
Yay. Like that noise.
Peter, they coming? All right, everybody stand, and let's sing Walking in the Light. Good morning, kiddos. How's it going?
How's it going? Good.
All right. Everybody, you can sit down if you want on the, yeah, that's all good.
Yeah.
All right, Miss Jen,
Well,
what you got?
today we had a lovely lesson called Tiny Perfect Things, where we went out
Jen?
to the garden.
Can I ask you something for me? Could you come to me?
Oh, yes,
a
sorry.
little bit? It's okay. And I'll tell you why in a minute.
Okay.
One of the board members had an idea of cutting out how you were explaining what the kids are doing
Okay.
and posting that as a reel on Instagram and Facebook.
Oh, fun.
So it'll be
yeah.
easier if you're in the camera.
Oh.
All right.
I didn't do my hair.
It's all good. All right, as you work.
Okay, so today we did a lesson called Tiny Perfect Things, where we read a story about a girl who went on a walk, and she noticed very small details about the world. And we then did that in the garden, and the practice is appreciation for little parts of God. And we call it a God walk, and it's a very thoughtful practice, and we're observant, and we're calm, and we're still. And it's a form of meditation and prayer, and we were very successful, and I think we enjoyed it.
Thank you, Ms. Jen. Does anybody want to share, you think?
Does anyone want to share? Does anyone want to just...
No,
does
it's very clear.
Does anyone want to hold up their favorite tiny perfect thing that they found? Just to show?
Indeed. Indeed. Anybody? What do you got? Okay.
Persephone is holding hers up
All
so
right. Thank you,
nicely.
Persephone. Thank you. And we have, what's your name, sweetie?
And we have Miles
Miles.
holding up
Okay.
his favorite thing.
All right. All right. Thank you. Thank you for sharing, kiddos. Thanks, Miss Jen. Thanks, Lydia. Let's stand as we bless our kiddos in song. know it is. And let's close with the prayer for protection and the peace song. Together. The light of God surrounds us. I am light. The love of God enfolds us. I am love. The power of God protects us. I am power. The presence of God watches over us. I am presence. Wherever I am, God is. I am divine. His phone in the bathroom. Oh, yay. All right. Go in peace.